Hello. Hi, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm back. I'm here to do some tarot readings again because life is too short to not have tarot readings, don't you think? It is almost Samhain, which is a really exciting time, especially for the, witchy and spiritual community, which is really exciting. So today I'm going to answer one question per person. If you want to dive deeper, you are welcome to book a reading with me on my website, zoethepsychic.com. Remember, the future is not set in stone. There are certain things that you just can't, you have free will over, and no matter what you do, you're going to be able to get through whatever you're going through. But part of it is acknowledging that you have that power. You have the power to do that. So that's what these tarot readings are about. It's about gaining control over your life and really trying to heal and grow and not just accept that things are going to be this way, even if they're difficult. You know, we don't have to put up with everything. Hello, welcome. Welcome, welcome. Nice to see you again. Hello. Hi, Cindy. Oh, good morning. My name is Cindy. I would like to know, how does Wagner, born February 1993, feel about me? Okay. We can start with that. Okay. I'm actually going to start with a different card. Ooh, I feel like this person automatically has a lot to learn about you. It's like they're still in this learning phase, but it feels like it's never enough. Let me get some more cards so I can read them all together. This is definitely someone who has a long way to go when it comes to, feelings and your heart, but I feel like they definitely want you. They definitely are attracted to you. They definitely want to be with you. And I feel like it's just something that hasn't fully developed yet, is what I'm getting. Let's see if I can go deeper. This person has a lot of love to give. I feel like no matter what they're telling you, I feel like there is so much that they have to give to you. I feel like they have a really big heart. I'm getting that. And I actually feel like even if they're not where, it feels like you're kind of in the beginning of something right now, is what I'm getting. It's almost like this is a new journey for you, a new journey for them as well. It's all very new and it feels like it's not getting anywhere, but I'm seeing that it is. There's so much love that this person has to give, and I definitely feel like they want you. I definitely feel like that. There's a lot of emotion coming through. But I do feel like this person has a very strong resolve, and they don't just give their heart out easily to people. It's almost like they can be kind of, I don't know if it's traditional, but it's more like conservative almost. Like they don't want to fully give everything, but they have so much love to give. Does that resonate with you, Cindy? Yeah, I feel like this person has so much, like, just an abundance of love for you, but it's more like, what are they going to do about it? How can you progress? You know? Yeah. Yeah. I just feel like this is kind of the beginning of something. It's definitely not manifested, but this person has the ability to manifest it with you. I see this person having the ability to really give you what you desire. I know, that's the thing. The King of Pentacles is just, it's somebody who is more reserved, somebody who has a lot of things to give, but they're not like giving them all. Okay. I'm going to move on. But if you're welcome to book a reading with me, Cindy, if you want to dive deeper into this situation. Okay. All right. Donc, je ne savais pas si il avait des oui, il a des sentiments, beaucoup de sentiments, mais je pense qu'il ne sait pas comment l'exprimer. Mmh. Je suis sûre qu'il est sincère, mais je pense qu'il ne sait pas comment exprimer ses sentiments. Thank you. Okay. All right, back to bonne chance, j'espère. Thank you. Yeah, I grew up in France, so it's been a while since I've spoken it though. Okay. So back to Harshita. Thank you. Is that how you're saying? I hope I'm saying your name right. I just don't want to butcher it. Um, when will Arnaud, saying it with a French accent? Ah, c'est, j'ai pas de numéro. I don't have like a set number. C'est n'importe quoi, whatever you want. Yeah, it's just donations are appreciated, but you don't have to if you don't want to. Yeah. Okay. I hope that made sense. Mon français n'est pas très bien en ce moment. J'ai beaucoup oublié, alors. Okay. Okay. All right. Ça fait des années que j'ai parlé en français, alors. Je mixe de, je sais pas ce que ça veut dire. Okay. Merci. Okay, so moving forward, I'm very flustered right now by all this. Um, all right. Okay, back to the next question. When will Arnaud, the 16th of January, 1998, contact me? Okay. Oh, okay. I feel like this person is going to contact you. Actually, I feel like by the end of the year, but I don't see it happening soon or right away. Let me try to see if I can get a little more specific on the time frame for you because I know that's kind of vague. But I actually feel like this person I actually feel like I'm seeing this person contacting you at the end of October, or it is at the end of October. Yeah, so I feel like the end of November. It's kind of like a cycle has to end in order for this person to contact you. And I feel like right now they're not ready to, you know? I feel like things are still in their situation. I feel like they're very up in the air. It's like they don't really have a really strong set life right now. It's almost like they're working on their own life, and I feel like that has to come to an end before they actually open up to you. So I don't see them talking to you right away or anytime soon, but that's just the way the cards are going right now. Yeah, I'm still very flustered from all the French speaking. I haven't done that in so long. Okay. Yeah. Interesting. Hi, how are you? It has been a while. You're like one of my oldest fans. Welcome, welcome. Yeah. Um, does anyone else have a question for me? Okay. If you want to, Cindy, thank you. Si tu veux poser ta question. Merci. Euh, hmm, wow. Un autre? Okay. Okay. I feel like you guys have you might not seem like you have a lot in common at first, but you share a lot of your past in common. Like there are a lot of things that make a lot of sense. Like you've been through very similar situations, and I feel like this person is kind of living a parallel life to you. Like you're going to meet them no matter what. I feel like this person is no matter what going to be um showing up in your life, like even no matter how they feel, they will be showing up. But I do feel like you're going to learn some things about them that you will start to question your feelings because I think you're going to start questioning how you are feeling about this person because there's something coming up that they are not telling you, but you're going to realize you have more in common than you think. It's interesting. I actually feel like this person, I know that's not answering your question because you asked how they're feeling, but this message is just coming through. Okay. I feel like this person doesn't really see you right now as more than an acquaintance. Je vois pas un amitié ou une familiarité. Je pense que vous avez beaucoup en commun en temps d'expérience, mais je pense pas que c'est quelque chose, il y a pas d'amour. Cette personne ne pense pas que tu vas être l'amour, leur amoureux. Yeah. Ouais. Je pense que aussi il y a beaucoup de choses qu'il sait pas sur toi. Il y a beaucoup de messages qu'il a sur toi qui it's like mixed messages. Um, Yeah, I'm trying to mix French and English, and I'm not good at this for readings. So, yeah. I feel like this person yeah, I feel like this person is not really I don't see them feeling much for you romantically. But I see them having a part in your life in the future. I feel like they're the kind of person that will come in and out of your life no matter what. You might feel like you're going on parallel lives, but I don't see them wanting you in a romantic way. It's not genuine in that way. Does that make sense? Yeah. I feel like you're going to learn something about them and they're going to learn something about you and it's like they're going to realize they really don't have anything for you, you know? It's like no matter what your ideas are about love, it's like it's not going to I feel like things are going to be revealed that you actually aren't meant to be together. I'm seeing that this person may be having something in the past that interacts with you. So, like an experience or a trauma of some kind. I feel like there's some kind of event that they have a lot in common with, but as far as the future goes, it's not what combines you. So, this person is definitely not a romantic interest in the future. I feel like that just would fall apart. If even if you explored that, it would shatter. It wouldn't work out. It's like there's a compatibility problem, something fundamental. So, this reading often appears when you have somebody who you grew up with or who you realize you have a lot in common with in the past, but you realize now you're really different people and you don't really have that kind of connection. So, that's what I'm getting from the situation. Um, je ne pense pas qu'il va avoir beaucoup d'évolution. Je pense que ça va rester pareil, comme il est maintenant. Donc mais vous avez beaucoup en commun en termes d'expérience, mais je pense pas que ça va être romantique dans le futur. Hi, baby angel. OK. Yeah. Je suis désolée si c'est pas ce que tu veux entendre, mais j'espère que ça aide un peu. Mais ça veut pas dire qu'il va pas être dans ta vie. Je le vois dans ta vie dans le futur, mais je le vois pas dans ta vie avec, une relation, romantique. Interesting. Okay. Okay, good. Thank you so much for, stopping by. Merci. Hello, Lisa. Baby angel. As someone who can't speak French, it's nice to hear the language. I don't I haven't spoken it in so long that I feel like I'm turned around in my head. But thank you. I'm glad. I try. It's like I got to join some kind of conversation group. Yeah. Um but yeah. Okay, does anyone have a question for me? I would love to answer. Hi, divinely. Welcome, welcome. Oh, thank you. Well, I grew up in France, so I it was such a long time ago. you know? But so I think I'm pretty I don't know if I have like the perfect accent, but I'm pretty good, I think. Just I just don't practice it anymore. So, yeah. Thank you though. How do my coworkers feel about me? Ooh, this is a good one. Let's see. Interesting. I feel like you have a very upbeat, powerful energy is what I'm getting. And it kind of shines through. I'm wondering what else they have to say about you. I feel like they see you as someone who can really change things or shake things up, and they might not always predict what you want to do. I feel like they see you as someone who's kind of like this walking hurricane for some reason. Like you come into your work, and I feel like they just don't know what's next. There's a very intense energy. And I also feel like they see you as someone maybe a little childish, like playful. I wouldn't say childish because I feel like that's negative. I feel like they see you as someone very playful, very fun, somebody who doesn't necessarily care about keeping it like keeping everything together. And I also feel like I don't feel like your workplace is like a family environment. I feel like this is more a situation where you are the one who kind of gets people moving. For some reason, I feel like you're kind of creating the environment around you. You're like the catalyst for everything that happens in your life. And I just feel like you have such an interesting energy. I feel like they see you as someone very fun, very playful, very I see that you being like, I don't know why, but I'm getting the word cute. It's a weird thing to get at a workplace, but it's almost like the energy is just like cute. I also feel like you just always seem to have something going on. There's an energy of like you have so much. I also feel like they think that for some reason you don't need to be working. I don't know if you're working there, like they see you as someone maybe who has more money than needs to work there. It's interesting. It's like they see you as someone with such an abundant energy or like a high vibe mindset that you don't actually need to be there at all. They're like, why are you even working here sometimes? That's strange, but that's what I'm getting. And I also, let me see if I can. I feel like they're a little bit intimidated by you too. There's this, like, they don't want to contact you outside of work for some reason. I feel like they're afraid to get in touch with you. Hmm. It's interesting. But yeah, your energy is very intense and it lights people up in a good way. I feel like they see you as like this kind of like you go with it, and wherever you go, change happens. I feel like you just have a very powerful energy, but you kind of have to roll with it, you know? I feel like that's just so true. I mean, this I'm getting this energy of like they want to talk to you outside of work, but I feel like they like can't, they're afraid. There's a like a how's this person going to react kind of situation. I love that. Yeah. Okay. Well, I hope that helps. It's nice to take your day off today. Monday's an interesting day off day. Okay. Oh, hi, Ari, the Aries princess. Welcome back. Welcome back. You are very welcome. Does anyone have a question for me? I love all the discourse going on here. I'm very excited about all this. Thank you so much for. Oh, I see one of them. Baby angel, are you still there? Okay, so the question is, should I wait for my crush TY to make a move or just move on? Okay, let's see. Hmm. I feel like this person is doesn't have the best track record for some reason. Yeah, I feel like for some reason I don't see them being someone you should necessarily put all your eggs in that basket. Because I feel like they were I'm almost hearing the time has passed. Like it's like what you were before or what you've been in the past, it's no longer applicable. I feel like for some reason either they broke your trust or they're not somebody that you can count on, And I feel like that is what's happening here is there's a severed connection that I'm seeing. It's interesting. So I feel like this person, if you want me to, I can't really tell you what to do, but I'm saying like, just keep that in mind when you make your decision. Like I can't tell you whether to move in with someone or not, but I can just like tell you the situation. I feel like this person is kind of lost in their life and they're not someone who needs to be you don't want to like latch onto this person right now because you're going to be lost with them. You know what I mean? I feel like there's a lack of direction for them. Like they don't really know where they're going or they feel like they don't really have much, you know, things are kind of hopeless for them. And I just feel like you're going to be waiting a long time. The dynamic is not going to necessarily be healthy. It won't be like an equal thing. So I feel like this is based on that, I personally wouldn't want to be in a relationship with someone who wasn't on the same page as me. But I also feel like it doesn't change the fact that there is some kind of history here. I feel like timing is an issue with this one. Divine timing. It all comes down to that in the end because it's like you're at different stages in your life. Um, so while maybe this would have worked at a different time, I don't see this being, a thing that plays out in your favor. Interesting. Let me see if I can go a little deeper here. I do feel like you have a lot of people in your life right now, baby angel. I feel like you do have like a lot of people who really support you and care about you, and you're going to meet someone through them. I actually feel like you have to surround yourself with love and with the people in your life that are really positive and uplifting because when you're in that you're functioning in that energy, it's going to be so much easier to attract people into your life. And I feel like this is just, yeah, you have to really focus on that. Surround yourself with love and you will attract that love into your life. And so, yeah, it doesn't really matter where you go or how much you look for love. I feel like if you're not surrounding yourself with the right people right now, you're not going to meet a good person. It's just the energy that I'm getting for you. Does that make sense? Yeah. They're rare, huh? I'm aware. I'm going to see if the dice have anything for me. I am seeing Aries energy. Um, and also Cancer and Pisces energy. So these are signs to look out for as well for you. Okay. Okay. All right. Next. Let's see. Zoe, I'm taking care of my sick mom. Relatives stole all their life savings and I'm forced to sue them. Oh boy. The two issues are stressing me out, and the legal and financial issues mostly. So I can't answer this question because I have a policy where I don't do anything that involves legal issues or health issues like healing. So I can't answer this question, but I do wish you the best. And I really do feel for you in this situation. So this is a very loaded, there's a lot of layers to your situation, and a lot of them do involve like they hinge on this legal aspect that I can't really get into. So if you have another question for me that you want to like, that may not include all that, then you're welcome to ask. But I'm going to move on for now. Thank you so much for being here. And I understand how distraught it might feel as a Cancer Leo cusp. I get that. So I feel for you. Sounds like you have your hands full with all of that. Oh, thank you, baby angel. You're the best. Okay. Next. Crow's Nest 1408. Jessica. Oh, is that your name? That must be your name. Okay. Sorry. What will Lewis, Gemini, next actions be towards me? Okay. That's easier than Crow's Nest 1408. So thank you, Jessica. Okay. Why do I feel like this person is going to apologize to you? I feel like for some reason this person feels like they maybe got on your bad side. I feel like the way that they're handling the situation is they feel like they may have messed up, and it feels like they owe you some kind of explanation or apology. So they might apologize for being away or being distant, as you said. I feel like there's something that it's not all clear. I'm sensing some fog. I feel like this person has been doing a lot of work on themselves, and I'm actually seeing them working a lot on their physical appearance for some reason. I don't know if they're going to the gym or just getting a hairdo, but I'm seeing like a glow up on their end. And it's interesting because I feel like they're really trying to change their life around, and I see them coming back around towards you. It's almost like they're doing some stuff on themselves and they're realizing that they owe you an explanation or they owe you an apology for some reason. It's interesting. I do feel like this is a major time for them, a major change for them happening. So I don't see them necessarily running to you right away. Interesting. I feel like they acted immaturely for some reason, or they think they acted immaturely towards you. There's a sense of like they weren't ready. I love how I'm getting, I hope that you can forgive me one day. Like the cards are just confirming that this has to do with forgiveness, with an apology. And this person really wants to, I feel like they're really kind of leveling up in their life, working on themselves. But yeah, I feel like it might feel like a 180. So I do see them coming back into your life, but yeah, I don't know because it's so interesting that he's a little distant towards you. It could be something he's internalizing as well. but I feel like there's something he feel like he did wrong. So I feel like you're going to have to kind of take charge of this if you want it to pan out the way you want it to. Because this person is, you can't force them to be ready, right? You can't force them to apologize. But I feel like you can take steps forward to create, the relationship or the space for one for you, you know? I'm just getting I'm seeing like a lot of like hope and just a lot of dreams kind of coming true when it comes to this situation, and I feel like that is what you need to be, focusing on. Yeah. So, I hope that was helpful. I'm only doing one question, but um if you would like, you can always book a reading with me on my website if you want to look deeper into this, but yeah, that's what I'm seeing at a glance. Yeah. That could be. I unfortunately have to move forward, but you're welcome to, check in with me another time as well. Good luck with that situation though. Sounds very frustrating because, especially if you don't know what it is on their end. Okay, I see you, Ari. I'm gonna let me go to you. Um Wait. I feel like you've asked different questions, so why is it so easy for me to attract fine non-committal men, or was that just something you said? Okay, I see it now. Oh, this is a fun question. I feel like you're somebody who comes across as very serious about finding love, like you don't bullshit, you really don't want to have your mind in different directions, but at the same time you keep getting, somehow I see you getting distracted. You're on this path, but then I feel like you kind of keep taking some detours is what I'm seeing. It's interesting. I feel like you are somebody who's will like not give up on someone when you really like them. There's a lot of just, but there's also like you can get easily distracted is what I'm seeing. And I also feel like, you're spiritually, I feel like you're kind of operating in a different plane. And I feel like finding someone on that plane is really difficult because it's hard to find these high vibe men. I feel like they're just not available. They haven't reached that place. And I just feel like you are in a situation where you know that you deserve so much more. And you like to have fun, and I feel like what you're having a hard time is it's having fun and also finding love, right? You're kind of switching between the two. It feels like you can't integrate those. So I feel like no matter how focused you are on love, you're still trying to have fun. You're still trying to do this and that. And I just feel like you're also putting yourself in the situation where you feel like you have to choose between having fun and finding the one. And it doesn't have to be like that. I just feel like you have so much to offer. And I think that you really need to trust your intuition here because you are a very intuitive being. Well, I mean, that's what I feel like is happening though, is that it's a mindset thing, you know? It has to do with like being on a certain path and constantly being like, yeah, exactly. You don't just want to have fun, but you don't it's like you feel like there's a sense of you have to make some kind of choice. It's interesting. That's what I'm seeing on the cards. I feel like when you want something, you'll go after it, but I do feel like lately it's almost like your mind has been split in two directions. That's what the cards are saying. I also feel like it's not necessarily your fault. It's just like the people you're attracting into your life, a lot of them are attracted to the wrong things about you because you're a multifaceted human being. And I feel like you have the ability to speak your truth very, very easily. I also feel like you have a very strong sense of humor and you're not afraid to ask the questions that you need to ask to people, you know. And I just feel like that's just causing you to not really know which way to go when it comes to love. I feel like surrender is going to be really important for you, you know? And Ace of Pentacles is telling me like there have been a lot of opportunities for you to find love, but it's almost like you've had blinders on, is what I'm seeing. I feel like the people who actually want to hand you their heart, it's almost like you have not, it's like you're skipping them. And I think it's really about finding that plane of existence that you feel comfortable with. Yeah. I think that you have a lot of really good qualities, but not everything should be like the priority when you first, like, for example, a lot of people will fall in love with, I'm not saying this is you necessarily, but a lot of people will fall in love with like more of the energy or the looks that someone has. And you're like, that's not the most important thing. I feel like there's something about you that these people are really into that they might not take you as seriously in the end. And it's like you're attracting people based on that. Um, and also I feel like you do have a lot of you have been ignoring your intuition a lot, I'm seeing. I feel like there are times when, you know, you're like I said, you're a very intuitive person, but you haven't been relying on your intuition and trusting your gut. I'm seeing a lot of like trying to logic your way through love for some reason. Um, I can't be with somebody who likes me, but I don't like them as much. Exactly. I mean, I feel like you have been attracting all these people who are liking you for different things and it's like not vibing with you. So it's not necessarily your fault, but the only thing you can do here is because you can't control what someone is in love with about you, you know? That's not your problem. But what you can do is you can try to focus on listening to your gut about people more, being more in tune with that because I feel like you have all these notions and ideas about the things you want with someone, but I feel like you can't logic your way out of it, you know? So that's the only thing you can do right now is really to really try to focus on that intuition and really rely on that more. You know, you can't really, that's how you're going to change who comes into your vicinity, you know? But yeah, it does feel like it's hard because we all have this kind of idea of what we want in a partner. And I feel like you have a very strong idea and the kind of person you want to be with. But the problem is that all these people keep coming in that are saying these things or that are like attracted to things about you that are not the right things to be attracted to. I'm just seeing a pattern playing out. It's interesting. Yeah, so you're welcome to book a reading with me if you'd like to go deeper, but that's all I'll stop there. But it does look like there are a lot of solutions that you can do for now. And unfortunately, it's about creating that reality for yourself so people can come into your life and, like, you know, the right people, the right men, the men who aren't going to waste your time, you know? Does that make sense, Ari? I'm just making sure that, yeah. It's like a whole bunch of things. So it's not like you don't have anywhere to go, from here. And I feel like it's really empowering when we have some kind of idea of how we can make changes to our life and our love life. But remember, it takes two to tango. And unfortunately, these people, it seems like, yeah, it just doesn't seem like they're on the right side of things. They're not coming to you for the right reasons. Okay, so let's see what's next. Vanilla reads tarot. What's my husband Jabbert's feelings and actions towards me? Anila. I love that name. Okay. I'm just gonna focus more on feelings because I'm only doing one question today. So per person. Um, so we'll start with that, if that's okay with you. Okay. Interesting. Why am I hearing A Whole New World by Aladdin? I just feel like there's so much to discover. I feel like this person feels like there's so much more to learn about you and so much more in the path forward. It's interesting. Let me see what else I can get out of the cards. I love you. This person loves you. I feel like I'm actually getting a very strong love. There's something very, very powerful about this love. I feel like things are kind of a mess though right now. There's a sense of things are kind of falling apart, or it might feel like things are kind of about to fall apart. It's like there's a border that you're afraid to cross for some reason. I also feel like this person puts a lot of, they feel like you have it all together. I'm seeing that they feel like you're kind of the one who can take care of everything. You have the power, all the resources, the tools, you know where everything is. I'm just getting that you're kind of the one who has to be you know, the one who keeps things going and keeps things afloat. I also feel like this person isn't forthcoming. I feel like they've hid things from you. There's a sense of lying or keeping things a secret. And I feel like there's so much that they don't know, but there's also so much they're keeping from you. Mm. I expressed myself to him a lot, but I feel like he wasn't paying attention. Yes, I do keep things afloat. Yeah, this person they love you, but I feel like their feelings aren't aligning with their actions, which is interesting. So while there is so much love there, I don't think that's a lie at all. I do feel like this person knows things are not where they're supposed to be. I feel like they see you as someone who, I feel like I'm sensing that this isn't the first time that they have lied or they've kept something. And I'm seeing you actually forgiving them too easily. In a way, they realize that they could walk all over you or they could hurt you, you know? It's almost like you didn't really protect yourself enough or set these boundaries. And I'm not saying that they should, lie to you or anything. That doesn't have that's never forgivable, okay? Or that's never okay. But I feel like you need to be able to set very strong boundaries about this. And it sucks because how can you say you love someone if you're so ready to lie, right? And I feel like I'm going to see what the cards have to say for you because I love this card. It's be your own first priority. I feel like you have to put yourself first in the situation. You have put this person and their needs above your own way too many times, you know? Oh, thank you, I guess. I'm sure that's a good thing. Um, but yeah, I feel like this is just about putting you first. It doesn't even matter at this point what's real or what's not, because what matters is they crossed a line. And in doing so, you also crossed a line to yourself, you know? So that's what I'm going to stop at. But thank you. Yeah. You have to put yourself first. Put your own needs first, your own energy first. It doesn't matter how much they feel about you at the end of the day. It's comforting to know maybe that they love you, but at the same time, it doesn't explain all the behavior. And it's sad when people's actions don't align with how they're feeling. I just keep seeing that there is so much that is unknown here. There's a lot of unknown factors, things that haven't been said. So today I'm just taking donations, so you're welcome to donate. I will prioritize people who donate, just because this is what I've set in motion. But you're welcome to also book a reading with me if you'd like to dive deeper into your situation. Um, yeah. Okay. Who is next? And thank you, Anila. Okay, I'm divorced. What blessings are coming towards me? Let's see what we have to say here. Okay. Anila, I'm going to read Muniza. I hope that's how you say it because I already started, but I can come back to you, okay? I'll just answer this question here. Okay. And thank you. All right. So you're divorced. Wow. This is going to be a major time for change, but I do feel like it's going to start off with feeling kind of, I know this isn't a blessing, but I do see a major time where you're going to feel like you need to like travel or get out of the house or do something crazy because it's going to feel like there's a lot of restless energy around you. And I feel like this is the time where you're really going to decide what is next for you and what's going to happen in your life. This is a really exciting time. I also feel like I actually see you making a lot of like solidifying a lot of things in your life that were kind of up and down. I'm actually seeing like environmentally. So this could be like a home. I feel like you could have a more stable home. I'm seeing a lot of stability coming in for you. But I'm getting that this is more about like your home life. So more home, feeling more like you're kind of solidifying your place as far as income, home. I'm seeing a lot of really exciting um money coming in actually, but I feel like it's money that you've earned. It's not just something that someone's given to you. It's money that you have worked hard for and you've earned, and I feel like there's a lot of energy of just like now it's about self-love and taking care of yourself, and pampering yourself. I actually see a lot of pampering yourself. I'm actually seeing a glow up coming in, like maybe you're going to lose a lot of weight or whatever. I feel like there's a transformation coming through when it comes to your appearance. I'm seeing something changing. And I also feel like there are things that you have just your values, you might have let them slide during your marriage at the time. And now I see them actually coming back in and you actually building up these boundaries for yourself that are going to be so powerful for you because you're going to actually establish them and make them very clear so no one else can violate them. I feel like you have to be true to yourself here. So yeah, while there are some nice things like being pampered and self-love and these kind of alterations, right? I just feel like a lot of this has to do with stability and kind of figuring out who you are now as far as like your values, things that you kind of were too flexible on before, or you let someone walk over. This is the time for you to establish those things. Okay. I don't I'm only doing one question, so you're welcome to book a reading with me or donate as well. Okay. So the next person on the list is Anila. Okay. Thank you so much, Muniza. All right. So I'd like to know how his um also before I say anything, MS, I'm going to get to you as well. So just I will have to get to Anila first though, okay? Thank you for donating. All right. So I'm going in order. Okay, I'd like to know his actions next towards me and what can I expect with him going forward. Okay. I feel like he hasn't given up. There's a sense of him wanting to really focus on what you have. I don't see him wanting to just walk away. I see him actually wanting to like double down and try to really work on things. Are you there, Anila? Just checking with you. I feel like you're going to have to really stand true to you because it's going to feel very isolating. I feel like actions are still not fully aligning with words. I see him really, really wanting to do the work with you, but I also feel like, is he actually going to do the work? Because I actually feel like I'm seeing another lie that he hasn't told you, but it's something he doesn't want you to know. Like it's something that he knows that if he tells you, it's going to really upset you and really break things. I actually feel like right now you hold the cards in this relationship. This person, he can claim all he wants that he's being focused, but you're the one who has this power. The minute you give that up, I feel like that's when things, will blow up. This person deserves whatever is coming because I feel like this lie is going to really upset him or upset you. Sorry, upset both of you. He knows that he messed up. He knows that he fucked up. This is not something where he's pretending to be clueless. I feel like this is something that he really knows he messed up. He's not being honest with you about this. And it's really important for you to be very crystal clear on everything that you do. I actually feel like he might spin it as him trying to get help from someone, but I do feel like he full on broke your trust here. I'm actually seeing him. It looks like there's something you were working on together. This is something that you were both working on, or like a project. It could be like just plans you had for the future. And I feel like he accepted help from someone else. For some reason, this is coming through. I do feel like there are times when he lies to you, but only because he thinks it's going to upset you if he doesn't tell you the truth, even though you've asked him to be honest. But it creates unnecessary problems, you know? Yeah. So I do feel like it's going to start with him wanting to be very focused on the relationship, but you'll still feel a sense of loneliness. And I think what's really important is for you to realize that you have so much more control and power than you realize. Like he can throw this stuff at you, but you have to decide what you're going to do. Don't hand it to him. Because I feel like things are in your favor despite all of this. I'm seeing somebody else involved in the situation. I don't see it being straight up cheating, okay? I don't see that. But I do see that there is someone else in that has kind of offered to help or offered to be there. Yeah. I feel like what you can do is if you do, like, it's going to be up to you whether you want to make this work. You know, you have to decide whether this person is going to be worth it. And I feel like a lot of signs are pointing to you believe he's worth it. You still really care about this person. You still really love him. You still really want to be with him. And I feel like you have to know that you do have the power in the situation. You know, he can say whatever, but it's up to you how you respond here, because I feel like you have the power to withhold things or take things for yourself. And like I said, you need to prioritize yourself, but I also feel like you need to, it's okay to take a chance on your relationship, you know? And I think a lot of people giving you advice would tell you, oh no, he lied, like this is bad. But I do feel like it's a marriage and it's something that you have to discover yourself whether you're ready to, walk away. Yeah, I just feel like he is lying to you about things. Like this is you haven't even reached the surface, you know? I don't see that's what I'm saying. I don't see him cheating, but I do see him like getting help from someone, and I feel like that is coming through as something that he's not telling you about. It's almost like it could be something that you thought he was doing by himself, and he basically is pretending to do it by himself or to take responsibility, but he's not. He's asking someone else to help or do it for him. So that's why I said it could be like a project that you're working on together. But I am seeing you feeling like you have to both do a lot of introspection, a lot of inner work, a lot of taking a lot of you time. I feel like he might actually ask you to go somewhere with him or to try to like I see you guys isolating yourselves, you know? I feel like a change of scenery is a really good idea. But that's just, what I'm seeing as far as the cards go. Okay. Is it money related? I can try to look here. No, I don't see it being money related, but I do feel like money is involved. So I actually feel like I think what you're gonna find out is that he actually did this because he thinks he's doing it for you. It's almost like a deluded thing. Like he might tell you his intention was to do it for you. But yeah. So in a way, it's like does that justify lying? No. You know? Yeah. I'm just seeing someone else involved that's trying to who's taking action for him, doing things for him, things that he said he was going to do. It's almost like he's pretending to be the person who's doing them, but he's actually maybe having someone else help him with it. Um, and I just feel like it's not coming across as honest. There's a lot of him saying things just to make you feel better or feel happier. Does that make sense, Anila? Oh, that could be it. He could be paying that person as well. But I definitely see that it involves you as well. So, um, I don't feel like you're going to find out. He's not going to tell you. Okay. I feel like he's going to pretend to tell you, but he's not going to tell you. I feel like you're going to find out without like, without wanting to, without meaning to. It'll come up for sure. But I mean, I don't want you to walk away from this feeling like, "Oh my god, my marriage is in shambles, I'm lying." Like, I feel like you need to walk away with this knowing that you have this power. You have a lot of control. Even if you don't feel like it. You have the power to respond in a way that will shift your relationship. And you have to weigh the facts. Is it, you know, the fact that he's being dishonest, does it matter at the end of the day what he's dishonest about? If he's just being dishonest, I can't answer that for you, you know? It'll definitely come to you. It's gonna come out. Oh, for sure. For sure. Yeah. I feel like you have every right to, be upset about this. Like, it's no matter what, you know that you're in the right here. You know this. I just feel like you have such a like the cards are in your favor despite that. I know that sounds kind of backwards, but I think you know that you have more control over how you can handle this situation. It's not just coming at you and you're feeling lost. Remember, put yourself first. And if you have to take a chance on the situation, see where things play out, you do that, you know? But this is what I'm seeing. I also feel like this person has to step up because they keep saying they're going to help you on things and they are not doing that. So it goes beyond just lying. It's like you're carrying so much here. um I'd have to look deeper into the cards, and unfortunately because this is a live I have to move forward. I can't answer too many questions, but um I yeah, if you ever want to go deeper with me, you're welcome to book a reading with me. I just fortunately I can't keep going right now. But yeah. So this is definitely a heavy situation, and I feel like we can go and talk about like what your priorities should be and how you're going to find out and who is actually like influencing this situation beyond your husband. But right now I have to move forward. But thank you, Anila, for stepping in and you know being so vulnerable. Okay. I can't take any more donation. Like if you're welcome to donate, but I can't take any more readings on here for you because I have like a limit. But you're welcome to book a reading, or you can always catch me on another live as well. Yeah, but I'm rooting for you. I think you have a lot of power in the situation. Okay, MS. Thank you so much, Anila, for everything, and I hope that everything goes well for you. I'm really rooting for you. Okay, MS. So, would you mind typing your question, MS, again? I can go scroll and find it, but let me see. What are the feelings, thoughts of F about me? Okay, let me just take some. Very weak vocal cords. Wow. I feel like I'm seeing this person coming from a different background. I feel like they're very interested in you. I'm seeing. Let me see what else the cards have to say. I like to read them all together. Interesting. This person wants to be with you, but I also feel like they're not able to, and they're thinking about you a lot. I feel like there is like this, they're wondering if if you're happy without them. It's interesting. That's what I'm getting. They're wondering if you're happy without them. It feels like you come from different walks of life, like different backgrounds. It's almost like you guys need to be able to put yourselves in each other's shoes in order for you to really be together. There's a lack of, it feels like things are very unfair. I don't know if it means that you kind of come from like a lower station, or they come from a lower station than you, but I feel like in a way you're not on the same level, and it's almost like how could you work out? It feels like there's a lack of it's almost like there's a gap between you. You know? It's almost like the world is kind of working against you. It's like it's like trying to work against your love. Yeah, I feel like you're kind of in limbo. This is just going to, you've reached a plateau. This is going to keep going and going and going. This person doesn't see you as an equal. I feel like they're very interested in you, and they're very, they have a lot of deep feelings for you, but I feel like they can't fully put themselves in your shoes, and I feel like they can't fully understand everything. Yeah, I feel like there's a lack of fairness, a lack of like stability with that. It's almost like you guys are both at different positions, different places, and it's like a dynamic, a power dynamic that is not necessarily healthy. I feel like this is them feeling like they have to sacrifice a lot in order to be with you. There's a feeling of needing to sacrifice their not origins, but like their roots, their family. I'm getting, yeah. I also feel like this person has trouble understanding everything that you're going through, because I feel like they have this idea of what you do and who you are that isn't necessarily aligned. Yeah. I'm sure you do have a lot in common, but I'm just saying there's a weird power imbalance here, okay? And I think that you do both really care about each other. I'm sensing that this person really cares. They do. But I do feel like you also have this, I'm just getting that this is like, for some reason they just think that you're happier without them. And a lot of it has to do with not being able to put yourself in their shoes. They feel like you don't fully understand them, like you can't fully put yourself in their shoes, so you can't fully understand where they're coming from. It just feels like there's a disconnect. Does that make sense? It's just like there's a sense of this person would have to sacrifice a lot to be with you. And I'm seeing this causing friction or causing a power imbalance. So you asked me what he's thinking and or feeling, and that's what I'm getting for that. So I feel like this is a very cut and dry situation. This doesn't feel like there's a lot of emotional turmoil. It feels more like it's the situation's fault and not necessarily like the feelings fault, you know? And I feel like you guys have to realize that there are a lot of things you're relying on that you just never really had to worry about in the first place. But for some reason, they're getting in the way. So this could be, I'm seeing that this person is at a different level than you and it's somehow getting in the way. Okay. Thank you so much for um, sharing your situation. And I hope that, I'm rooting for you with this person. I hope that things can somehow bridge, you know? Okay. You're always welcome to book a reading with me if you'd like to dive deeper, but this is where we're going to stop with that today. All right. So, what's next? I'm okay. I am fond of traveling. Will I be able to travel after marriage? Let's see. I do see you traveling after marriage. So, yeah, I actually feel like when you get married, it'll be a very different experience for you than you think it will. This is a lot of the ideas that you have about the future are completely wrong. I'm seeing you actually having a huge move happening. I feel like, yeah, I just feel like you have to make sure that you express yourself to this person, but I do see you making a huge trip, like taking a huge trip. So, okay. All right. So, there's so many people here, so I'm just kind of taking whatever is next. Let me go to Tarot Destroyer. I love that name. Hi, my name is Christina. I'm protecting my mom, and I am protecting okay, wait. I'm protecting my mom. Will I be able to block visits from my sister and relatives to my elderly mom? Oh, I can't. I don't do legal readings at all. So anything that has to do with anything legal, I avoid. It's just part of my ethics as a reader. So I apologize if that's. Sorry about that. Kenny, I found I am actually a Cancer rising. That's cool. Cool. Fun. Fun, fun, fun. Okay, Aisha. What? Okay, does I don't know how to say his name, so I'm just going to be skipping that. Let's see. Okay, does he love me or does he have someone else? I feel like there are two questions there, so it's going to be either does he love me or it's going to be does he have someone else? So we'll just do the does he love me one. Okay. I feel like he did love you, but he doesn't anymore. I'm seeing him moving on. I feel like there's a sense of happiness now without you. Um, I just feel him being overcome with like relief away from you. And I think it just has to do with it being over. So I feel like there's an end to this and I see his feelings ending for you. And I do feel like he's opening up his heart to other people. But I will not answer the question right now of whether he is actually seeing someone else. Okay. Okay. Um, I don't know exactly what your question is, Kenneth. I don't know what that means. So you'll have to kind of elaborate on what you want me to to say. It didn't seem like much of a question, so maybe I just read it wrong. Um, Daisy. Okay. I love the name Daisy. Hello, my first time seeing you. Can you tell me what will happen with my car transportation? I don't usually talk about anything like that, like cars and vehicles and stuff. It's not really my forte. So I don't think I'm going to answer that right now. But um, let's see, trying to keep up with all of these. If I ask him what his collaborations have been, whom he's working with or exchanging money, will he tell me the truth? This, I feel like this is a very intense situation and I'm not going to answer it on this live. I apologize for that. I think that there are a lot of layers here, and since I'm only answering one question, I'm going to move forward. But I really do appreciate um, you reaching out, and I hope that everything goes well with your situation. Tarot Destroyer. I'm trying to keep things more quick today. And I just feel like there's a lot of heavy energy around that. And I just have to move forward. But you're always welcome to book a reading if you would like. Um, okay. So, Kenneth, what does Pisces Sun, Scorpio Moon, and Cancer Rising mean? Well, that's not really a tarot question. Today we're doing tarot readings. So perhaps another time. I mean, I can go on and on about what astrology, what those mean, but I think I'm going to focus on, yeah. I do love I prefer to focus on love, but yeah, I don't really do car troubles. I've had people ask me about that and I always tell them the same thing. It's just not my forte. Yeah. I can try to look at your situation, but I don't think I would be the best person to go to for that. Okay. Whew. I think I'm gonna be stopping soon, guys. Okay. Um, hey Zoe, will I be able to find love after my upcoming surgery? Fun, fun, fun. Let's see. I feel like you will, but it's going to be very difficult because I feel like you're going to have a lot of I feel like you're gonna have to do it from like online or from home for some reason. I feel this difficulty leaving the house or difficulty going out. So it's going to make it more tricky. Yeah. And I also feel like it's definitely going to be a learning curve. Like you're going to have to learn and like really, it's going to be kind of like a trial and error situation. So, yeah, hang in there though. It doesn't mean that it's impossible for you. And I definitely feel like there is someone out there, but it just is going to be more difficult. But if you focus on where you're at, like you focus on doing it from home, I feel like you're going to meet that person. Hi, Patrice. Will I? Okay. Will I finally move forward and finish my project? Yes. Let's see. Let's see. I am loving it. Loving that question. Anything about moving forward is always exciting, isn't it? Will I finally move forward and finish my project? Ooh. Okay. I do see you finishing your project, but I feel like a lot of different pathways are going to open up. And the problem is that I feel like you have a tendency to start things and it's almost like you don't really see them all the way through for some reason. I'm seeing you always feeling like you have a lot of inspiration, a lot of really beautiful ideas, but I feel like actually sticking to one path has been hard for you. There's a feeling of like your compass is going everywhere, you know? And I think that this is really going to be a time for you to really overcome that problem. I actually feel like more opportunities will open after you finish this project. So it's going to be kind of like the question won't be like, will I be able to do anything afterwards? It will be what direction do I go? You know, what path do I take? And I feel like that's where things are really going to take off for you because this is just the beginning. So I do see you moving forward, but you also have to make up your mind and you have to be able to like persevere on that path and not give up before it becomes too much. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. Okay. All right. Oh, thank you for loving my vibe. Huh. Queen of Love and Infinity. I love that name. So, what does the divine want you to do? Ooh, first of all, stop overthinking. I feel like you have something you're really good at and you have been overthinking it. You have been thinking so much about it that you just haven't acted. I feel like sometimes your brain has stopped you from actually like taking action and actually just doing it. And I also feel like there's a lot of resentment that you have been harboring. I'm seeing it towards somebody else. And I feel like you have to let that go. There's a sense of heavy energy kind of weighing you down. This person, I feel like there's somebody that you're trying to get along with, but you've been kind of pushing aside your feelings. And I feel like this is the time to say your piece before it gets too late. So I feel like you have multiple things here. But yeah, the first thing is definitely to stop overthinking, actually start doing, actually take on the world and take on the thing you're really good at. I feel like you're someone who has a lot of intensity and a lot of like beautiful emotions, you know? I also feel like you're at a crossroads right now and you're perfectly capable of like going the way you want, of your life going the way you want, but you definitely have to get rid of this heavy energy. I feel like you might be trying to act like something's fine or somebody's okay, but I do see them. I see this energy coming at you, you know? I feel like this is something that might be overwhelming you a little bit. And I think as soon as you can get past that, your life is going to speed up in such a beautiful way. I feel like there's a broken I'm seeing a broken heart healing. Interesting. I feel like you have a lot of plans and things you've been planning for a really long time, but a lot of them might have had to do with someone else. And I'm seeing that really like, I just feel like that is what's weighing you down. All these kind of this resentment, this like anger kind of building up. And I feel like you have this ability to let it all go, you know? Feel like you've been overthinking the future a lot lately. And so yeah, so I feel like that's what the divine wants you to do is just release. Yeah. Um okay, good. All right. Well, if anyone does donate, make sure you tell me that you've donated so I can put you first and prioritize your reading. But yeah, there was a lot in that one. Like a lot of messages were coming through. So you guys are always welcome to book a reading with me on my website, zoethepsychic.com, if you would like to dive deeper into your situation. But today we're doing one questions. That's what I'm aiming for. Cotton Fly, welcome, welcome back. Hi, will I be more happy and successful if I work alone or with my greedy siblings? Ooh, for my mom's family business. They want to take it over, all the inheritance, but the older sister wants us to fight for it. Wow, I have to reread this because there were a lot of parties involved. Will I be more happy and successful if I work alone? Hmm. Hmm. It's not every day I get to read about greedy siblings. I'm just getting to whoever pops out at me. I apologize if I missed your question. I can't really keep up with everybody, so I'm doing my best. But Cottonfly was the first one when I glanced over. Okay. I feel like you are getting way too distracted by everyone else. The cards are telling me to bring you back to yourself. I feel like you need to focus on you, on doing things on your own. And I feel like you're just getting distracted by all these, whether it's the siblings or whatever. Um, oh, thanks, Saloni. I will definitely read you next, okay? Okay. All right. Yeah, I feel like this is a time for you to really focus on yourself, not let yourself get distracted. I feel like all of these other things that you're talking about, whether it's the inheritance and the sisters and the, greedy siblings and the business in general, it's all noise. I feel like you need to focus on doing this by yourself. Keep your eye on the prize because you are getting so caught up in other people's life, other people's drama. It's not even about that at the end of the day. There is so much that you have to offer, and I feel like it's okay to work with somebody else, but you have to make sure you're actually in it for you. You're not getting swayed by all this other stuff. It just feels like you're on the right track, but you're just getting like, your eyes are all over the place. Stop letting them take over and make you feel bad and make you feel sad. I feel like there's a lot of like crying going on. And I wonder that doesn't mix with your business. Family businesses are hard. Thank you, Sean. I feel like with the temperance, this is just about finding the right balance for you and really making things work. It's not about these other people. And honestly, I feel like it also has to do with you being patient because you can't rush the situation. You can't take things too far. It just has to go. And it's hard because it's not something you can fully take control of. But I do feel like you're not alone in a good way. you know? So I hope that helps, Cottonfly. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Saloni, we are here. Okay. Hi, how is my life gonna be like in Hawaii? I'm moving there in terms of finances. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. Gonna pull some more cards. Okay. I feel like it's interesting because I feel like finances aren't even a part of this reading. I feel like there's going to be some, I don't know, it could be a debt. I feel like there's debt. I'm hearing debt. It's almost like there's an over amount of spending, and I feel like this is going to be an issue. It's something you really need to be careful about. There's a lot of just following your heart and not actually following like your being smart. I feel like there's somebody else that might be also taking not taking advantage, but I see someone else involved and it's almost like there's debt towards them. That's why it's so weird because it's like I don't see it being like money straight up being the thing. It's almost like I feel like you're losing money. Yeah. I feel like this is insane. I also feel like I'm seeing some drama around money. I actually feel like there's actually this person that it could be it's a misunderstanding, but I see it being more than that. I feel like this person feels like you owe them money, and I feel like that's going to really come to a head in Hawaii or yeah, while you're traveling. Interesting. I do feel like you're going to have a lot of authority in your place. I feel like there's actually a lot of authority as far as like a place of work. I don't know if you're a business person or if you have business, but I actually feel like you're kind of on top of the world in that sense. But I see a lot of changes coming to you when it comes to money. I feel like you're going to have a lot of whether it's debt or feeling like you have to owe someone money. Yeah. This is just the way the cards are going. I do feel like it's really important for you to not put too much focus on. I know it's hard to not put focus on something like that, but I do feel like it's important because it's not a permanent situation. I see things shifting very quickly for you when you're there. So whatever you're envisioning right now, expect it to not stay that way. I feel like it will change fairly quickly. It will look very differently than you think it will. Yeah, I don't see that this being a good if you're going there for when it comes to money, I feel like this is a omen. I feel like this is an omen for you to not necessarily like go there for that because there I see you actually owing someone money there. I see you spending more than you need to. I see you being like indebted to somebody. Um and it's a whole situation. I just don't see it being a positive situation. I also feel like there will be like a lack of family and that is going to matter here. I actually see you relying on maybe a family member. Um but I as far as like career, like if you were to start a business there or something, I actually feel like you'd be in a good place. So, there's a lot of just it's like a negative energy coming through. So I want to be really honest about that. I don't want to make you feel like, like I want to be very clear that I'm seeing debt. I'm seeing somebody like you owe them money. Yeah. The future is not set in stone. It can always change, but this is the path that it's going right now based on what the cards are saying. So, I would think about this trip, a little bit more before you go. I think you have to be careful for what you signed up for. I also feel like, yeah, I feel like there's something that you're going to find other people feeling like bad about. You, like it's almost like I'm seeing them wanting to apologize to you. Yeah, I feel like this isn't what you think it is. This job, there's something very off about it. Interesting. I'm not trying to like scare you or anything, but I do think you need to really think about this more. I don't want, I could never tell you what to do, but I also feel like you have a lot of power and I feel like you have to think about, who you're giving it to and how you're spending it, you know. I do feel like you have a lot of possibilities ahead and even if things take this turn, it's not going to be that way permanently. So just, keep that in mind. Okay. Oh, Kenneth. I hope I'm saying your name right. Um, thank you, thank you. Okay, will I get a job in the future or any time after getting my driver's license or in the future? And will my life ever get better? Okay. Okay. Oh, thanks, Saloni. Okay. I feel like you're definitely going to have a job in the future. Okay. That is not a question. I actually feel like this is going to require you to, I feel like it's going to require you to kind of put on an act, though, your job. Let me see what I'm seeing. Interesting. I see something that has to do with like, I actually feel like you're going to travel. I see you traveling a lot in your lifetime. This is going to be like very to places that people probably don't travel to. I wonder what that's about. It feels like there's a lot of traveling going on. Um I'm actually seeing traveling in like across the ocean. So this could be in another continent. I feel like your life is not meant to be like in one place. You are basically meant to travel and to really share a lot. I feel like language is also going to play a part in it. And I do see you having a really exciting life. There's a lot of adventure going on. I feel like you're going to work with a lot of really different, eccentric people. I also see you being someone who, I don't know if you're into like looks or fashion or anything, but I feel like you have a good eye. There's something about art and like being able to wear art. So it could be like fashion or making t-shirts or something. It just feels like it has to do with like your appearance. It's interesting. So, yeah, lots of traveling. And I feel like this is going to happen. I don't see this happening like right away, but I feel like it's definitely part of your path. And of course, it's going to happen after you get your license. There's no doubt about that. But I also feel like you're going to have to make this decision to walk away. I'm seeing other people might disagree with your decisions. Like they might, I'm seeing especially family. Family won't like it. They'll be like, why can't you just work close to home? But I feel like you are going to have bigger aspirations. The world is your oyster. I'm actually seeing someone who is just a world walker, like who can just. I also feel like there's something about working outdoors that might appeal to you. But I could see you be working on like a film set for some reason. I feel like you could be like a film, like a documentary or a filmmaker. There's something artistic here. So it's interesting. Whatever allows you to use these magical gifts of yours. I feel like you're a very unique soul, and you have something really powerful that you have to offer other people, but people have to see it to understand it. And I just feel like they don't fully get it yet, but they will. I'm seeing that I'm seeing a lot of nature. It could be that you are like someone who does like a lot of nature or who has to, who really enjoys that. I just see you working outside. I could see you also working like on a film set, but this is what I'm seeing. So it's exciting. I think that that whatever you want to do in your life, you can't do it from where you're at. You have to, it will be somewhere else. It just, I feel like there's something missing right now in your life and your path, and you're going to find it by traveling. It's very important for you, I think, for these experiences to happen and for you to really experience them fully. I also feel like you should really listen to your dreams. I'm getting a lot of energy through dreaming for you. Like you might have some really interesting messages through your dreams. So I would look into that as well. Okay. Thank you, Kenneth. It's exciting. I'm glad it makes sense. It's good. Thank you, Saloni, for the donation. Very kind. All right. So, Belle, I do not do bingo questions. Oh, what I would love if I could just win all the bingos, that would be so great. But it's not really how psychics work, usually. Oh, Sean, what is your question? Oh, let me start. Okay, Saloni, I thought you were done. So let me just answer that real quick. So, should I reject the job and apply to other jobs there, or will it be okay? Okay. Well, let me just start by saying I can't tell you what to do, but I'm going to tell you what I see, and we're going to go from there. I know that that wasn't easy to hear because, yeah, interesting. I'm seeing multiple paths for you. I feel like you could either, I feel like you have a lot to, in a way, learn. First of all, I feel like you should go there. I see traveling being a part of your journey. This is not going to be a question, okay? I feel like you have to do this. You have to go to Hawaii or, wherever you want to go because that's your path. That is just it. There is no doubt about that. I feel like why do I keep seeing like teaching or some kind of being in school? I'm seeing a school, which is interesting. So I don't know if you're a teacher, but this is coming across as you really wanting to teach and share your knowledge. I feel like you have that is kind of your path as well. I feel like you're natural at teaching people. I feel like you could be a teacher. I mean, I'm serious. So I wouldn't be saying this if I didn't see that. I think that's yeah. So I actually feel like you shouldn't go through with this job if it were me, but I also can't tell you, you know, to go. I see other opportunities there for you. I feel like everything is supposed to unravel the way it will unravel. Yeah. I definitely feel like this could be meditation. It doesn't by teacher, it doesn't mean like university or like that kind of school necessarily, but I feel like you teaching a class or teaching your expertise, this could be meditation is definitely an option. I see you in a situation where you're finally able to share some knowledge that you have. And I actually feel like this would be really powerful for you to do in Hawaii. But obviously, that's not something that is super easy at first, you know? And I feel like you have to be very careful with this job because, like I said, the money situation, there's something really weird or like iffy, sketchy about that. I feel like there's a really bad vibe coming from that, but I do feel like this is something that you can overcome. And like I said, it will shift. I see things ending before they begin. So, yeah, this is definitely going to be an interesting time for you because there's going to be a lot of just kind of having to rely on yourself. I see another person that you meet offering you work as well, but they're in Hawaii, so okay. I know it's scary because such a big step, but you have all the answers you need. You do. This is your journey. And I feel like there is nothing you're going to do that will shake that, that's going to take you off your path, you know? Yeah, you have to go there regardless. But just so you know, you're always going to be able to teach, you're always going to be able to share. And I feel like that's a big part of your path, either way. At one stage or another in your life, I see you being someone who shares your expertise or teaching. I feel like this is the time for you to keep your mind very open. Don't just go with this job if that's, like don't just stay on that. Be open, you know? Because this is a time for you to be very open and focus on your path, your destiny. Not Yeah, it's not about being like focused on this job and the money part. No. Of course you're worried about that. Of course. But this is the time for you to realize that you can't just, you know, it's not just going to be this like I'm manifesting my life and everything is working out and I'm going to this job and, it's not going it's just not going to be that easy. It's going to be difficult. I do see someone getting in your way too. I think this is someone that is at that job. So I think it's something you should keep an eye out for. But okay. Thank you, Saloni. If you want to dive deeper, you're welcome to book a reading with me. But thank you so much for stopping by and everything. And I really wish I knew, like, I want some updates because I want to know how your Hawaii trip goes now. I'm very intrigued. But okay, I'm only going to do a few more. Okay, Oksana, thank you, Oksana. Is Leo interested in me romantically? I feel like Leo is interested in you, but I don't see it being. Let me look further because I feel like these cards are being stubborn. I actually feel like this person is very focused on themselves right now. That's why I was saying that. Yeah, I don't see this person being romantically in love with you. I do feel like they're thinking about you a lot, though. There are a lot of things throughout the day that they are reminded of you. I feel like they're looking at something and they think of you. You're on their mind so much, but I don't feel like they have feelings for you. Yeah, so it could turn into something, but I feel like this is just they're so focused on themselves and on their own I also feel like you don't know this person fully because I'm seeing that they have a double life. I feel like they have two sides of themselves like that they don't share completely. There's a lot that you don't know about this person. So, I think getting to know them would probably be the first step. I feel like they need to be more comfortable with themselves as well. But yeah, I do see them thinking about you. And I see them looking throughout the day, and like they keep being brought back to you, you know? So you're on their mind. You're not someone that's just like not there. But yeah. Okay, I'm going to do 3 more and then I'm going to go because my throat is killing me and I have really bad vocal cords. So thank you. Okay. Jody. Sagittarius, Capricorn, Cusp. Here, what's in the future for love? Ooh. I like open-ended questions. I see a lot of adventures when it comes to love. This is going to be a very exciting love life. I actually feel like you're going to meet a lot of people that really like it feels like you're going to have a very abundant love life, you know? I actually feel like you're going to meet someone on a trip. I'm seeing you going on some kind of adventure, journey. I feel like you're going to meet someone really, really special that you haven't met before. I see somebody taking you out of your comfort zone. I feel like they are really going to like push you in a way, in a good way. You're going to try a lot of new things with this person. I feel like they're going to open you up, open your mind, open everything. I do see the end of a really powerful relationship. So it looks like there was a relationship. I feel like I feel like you haven't been listening to your intuition, you know? And it's almost like you have been relying so much on just what other people are telling you. But I do see this is a really exciting time for you. I feel like you're not the kind of person to necessarily just put yourself out there, but for some reason, it looks like this person is going to really bring like your adventurous side out. I do feel like you need to heighten your expectations a little bit, because I feel like you have kind of at this point for some reason you have kind of low standards or low expectations. It's almost like you don't want to expect the best out of a situation. Does that resonate with you, Jody? Just want to make sure you're here. Okay. Yeah. I'm seeing the end of a relationship. So I feel like there is so much out there for you. And I feel like no matter what, it's just going to be a like exciting whirlwind. I feel like there's going to be a really exciting love story for you, you know. And I feel like after 7 years you are so like things can become so monotone and it's scary to branch out, but I do feel like you are needing to open up. You're going to open your heart. And I actually feel like this is a situation that has been a long time coming. So I feel like there's going to be someone in your life who I actually feel like you don't even need to be here. Like you should be traveling the world at this point. There I'm seeing somebody else in your life that you meet in another country or another on one of these trips, I feel. This person doesn't speak your language necessarily. And you have to remember, you don't need someone else to fix you. You don't need someone else to make you feel good. I feel like your single life is something you should celebrate too. You don't have to go out searching for love, but I do feel like love will find you no matter what. Okay. Who is next? Let's see. Evangelista. Hello. Hello, hello. What should you do for your career? What should you do for your career? Ooh. Okay. I feel like the way your life is going right now is not sustainable. I feel like so far you've kind of gotten by doing things for I don't see you having like that stable of a life. The career that you're in right now, I feel like you could lose it at any minute. And I feel like it's about trying to create more stability and more long-term plans for your career. You know, this is not about you trying to I feel like you have been kind of taking it not for granted, but it feels like things haven't been very stable, but you've been getting by. And I feel like you have so much potential. I actually feel like you could do something very creative, but it's like something that has to do with pleasure. Interesting. I feel like this is about why do I see you make I'm seeing lotion or like artisanal products. I feel like you could make something, like have your own Etsy store or something. It feels very like you're creating things, but I do feel like you're going to have to sacrifice a lot to create the career you want, you know? And unfortunately, I feel like you're someone who's very real. I say unfortunately because I feel like when it comes to marketing, that is not necessarily always a good thing because you have to be able to play the part and make things look good for other people, like like in commercials and stuff. I just feel like you are this person that's very authentic and very creative, and I feel like you're going to create something and sell that. That's what I'm seeing. I feel like you have to start creating something in the long term. This is about being serious, being no longer taking gigs or having these like unsustainable career paths. It feels like you're finally going to be able to move forward. I think, will it make you rich? Let's see. I think you have to define rich because I feel like it will make you stable, but I do feel like you'll always be able to make more money. You know what I mean? So I do feel like this is going to be something that grows and grows, but you have to stick with it. I actually feel like you could make this is I feel like there's a craft that you do. And I don't know why, but I keep saying like soap or like some kind of thing on an Etsy store that's like that smells good. I just feel like there's a sense of you're creating this thing and you're selling it, and I see it really making you a lot of money. I feel like it's going to be something that's very stable in the long run, but I feel like you have to start thinking about long term. That's the main shift you have to do is you have to think about long term. It could be pheromones, but yeah, it has to do with pleasure. I see pleasure being a thing. I'm just hearing the word pleasure. This is going to be something that you create and you make. And I feel like you need to be able to work for yourself because you taking jobs from other people has been really difficult for you. I feel like things have been very unpredictable in your life when it comes to work. And I do see things like just kind of needing to level up, you know? But yeah. Yeah, I definitely feel like it has something to do with like senses. So it could be like sense of smell, touch, or just yeah. Okay. I'm doing one more. Yeah. I feel like you have what it takes. I don't know what your, life is like right now, but I feel like this is a very lucrative thing for you. Okay. All right. Hey, what's next for me in career and love? Okay, this is the last one. Pretty. Okay. Ooh, I feel like this is the start of something really new. I see a new chapter in your life with love. I feel like you have been almost like being like love has not been easy for you. I feel like your whole life has been kind of it makes you feel like the victim, like bad things happen to you. But I feel like you're also finally realizing that you have a lot of power and control. I see new exciting things coming into your life, making you feel like you're kind of on top of the world, you know? And I'm going to focus on love because I'm only doing one question, okay? But I do feel like this is the time where you're going to meet. I see you meeting someone older. I actually feel like this person is someone you've known for a while, and I see them having money. I see them being a very hard worker. I feel like they're the kind of person that has worked for what they have. And I also see them being someone very attractive, like very attractive. Like other people might be like, wow, how'd you get that person? you know? And I feel like this is just about major change in your life. I'm seeing a major change when it comes to love. I see the end of something making way for something really new and exciting. There is no way, there's no other way to say it. I feel like there's a lot of this energy of me being the victim, right? You're kind of like the victim, and then realizing that, whoa, like life is so much bigger and greater, and there's so much out there for me. That's the energy I'm getting. There is someone who's coming into your life. I see them being very like kind. I see them being someone very kind. I'm getting, I don't know why, but I keep seeing like a leopard. I don't know if that will be symbolic in any way. Yeah, it feels like a cycle for you. It's ending. It's finally coming to an end. And new and exciting things are coming in. It's going to be like falling in love for the first time. I also feel like maybe I don't know if I'm seeing like a divorce or a union that has broken. So this could be that you are divorced or that you are no longer in a traditional type of relationship, but I feel like there is kind of this broken commitment. And now I see you opening your way and finding your soulmate. I actually feel like your soulmate is right here, right around the corner, right here. Yeah, I just feel like this is the time for you to meet someone new and exciting, you know? There's I'm seeing multiple people coming into your life, giving you so much affection, and I feel like you're going to meet that person. I do see that you are a monogamy person. I feel like there was going to be a very long relationship. So I don't see you dating around that much. It feels like you're going to commit. And yeah, things are going to be great. I feel like you're going to travel together too. I see you taking a trip with this person. I also feel like this person is very ambitious. This person has a lot of ideas and things they want to do, and you're going to feel very inspired by them. So life is going to get exciting for you, you know? I'm very excited for you. Yeah. Okay, guys, I have to go because I can't talk, and if I I'm very my throat hurts so bad, so I'm going to go. But I would love it if you guys tuned in another time, and you're welcome to book a reading with me on my website, zoethepsychic.com. Um, and yeah, very excited. I'm super psyched. So I hope you guys have a wonderful Samhain. Okay, have a good day. Bye bye. Subscribe to my channel.